Hi everyone, this is video number 1 of 9 explaining to you how I made Collaborations Volume 2 and to tell you a bit about each musician that's on the album. So the first track on the album is called Thanks. I recorded this in New Orleans in last April with Jackson Lynch, Sam Dawes, Cameron Snyder and Nicky Bob Shoulders. We recorded it to a cassette recorder using just one mic and we all huddled around it. We did it in the front room of the place that I was staying with Gina Leslie, who's on time, and it was the first time that I'd got these 4 boys together to sing like this. They all do lots of different projects, which I'll tell you about in a second, but to have that unique kind of combination of voices together was so special. Have to tell them what you're thinking.
You actually hit that 7 so good.
Firstly, I'd like to introduce you to my mate Nick Shoulders. He's got an amazing band called OK Crawdad. They've just released an album which is on all the platforms on the internet. And he is also an artist. So if you want to see his work, it's on Instagram at Some Dark Holler. Next up, I want to tell you about Jackson Lynch. It's a good friend of mine from New Orleans that I've known for years. And this guy has a voice like a time machine. He plays guitar and fiddle amazingly with lots of bands around town. He has a project called Jackson and the Janks, which I've had the pleasure of sitting in with a few times when I've been in New Orleans. He's also played with the Downhill Strugglers and he released an EP with Jalopy Records. Next up, Sam Dawes. This is also a really good mate of mine from New Orleans for years, and he's ventured over to Europe a couple of times, invited me to play drums or bass with his songs. He plays drums with the Janks. He used to be in the Deslons and Hooray for the Riff Raff, and he's about to release an album of his incredible music with New S Records on the 13th of March. So check that out, pre-order it, as well as Collaborations Volume 2, and enjoy. Lastly, I want to tell you about Cameron Snyder. He is the one out of the bunch that I know the least, actually. But I'd seen him singing and playing percussion with the Deslons with Sam for years, so I dreamt about having an opportunity to sing together. He also plays with Esther Rose and Max and the Martians, and I've seen him with various crews in parades and stuff. Basically, if you need really good percussion or you need really tasty harmonies, you get Cameron Snyder. So I feel like a very lucky woman to have him on my album. Thanks so much for watching. There's going to be 8 more of these videos coming up this week, leading up to the end of Collaborations Volume 2 Crowdfunder, which ends on the 24th of January. If you'd like to help me get this album out into the world and connect my musical family, then go to this link. Cheers!